Just recently, the trailer for episode 9 of The Amazing Digital Circus dropped. And let's just say, this looks like it's gonna hit hard emotionally. In this video, we're gonna break things down into 2 parts. First, we'll go over everything in the trailer that you might have missed. Then, we'll dive into the growing drama surrounding episode 9, and why some fans are upset at Glitch right now. The episode 9 trailer was honestly unexpected. Glitch just dropped it out of nowhere on a random Friday afternoon. But I knew the moment I saw the logo next to the thumbnail, I knew for sure this was official. Right from the start, the tone is completely different. We hear eerie, unsettling music as we see the circus. It immediately sets a darker mood than anything we've seen before. Then we hear Pomni say, "Are you sure?" Following with Ragatha starting to speak, saying, "That means." We then get a quick flash of all the characters in the circus. Kinger is shown with the bucket on his head again, which could potentially mean he's going to share more details about the circus and what even happened. After that, we see Gango and Zuba looking visibly upset. Then there's a moment where Ragatha appears to be crying while Pomni tries comforting her. Pomni herself looks scared and confused throughout multiple shots, which really reinforces that something terrible is going to happen. Then we get a very striking moment, Jax looking very unsettling. He then proceeds to say, "Now we have nothing." And well, after I heard this line, I thought to myself, what is Jax going through and what is happening? And then Pomni follows with, "I don't know what's going to happen." And then we see Jax again, but looking genuinely very angry. There's also a shot of Kinger looking terrified, adding to the overall sense that everything's falling apart. One of the most interesting visuals comes next. We see Jax's body, but it's filled with static. This definitely raises a huge question. What is happening to him? From there, the trailer continues with emotional cuts. Zubul, Pomni, and Ragatha together. Jax looking concerned. Pomni crying. Ragatha looking completely defeated. Ragatha then asks, "What do we do now?" And then Pomni responds with, "I really wanted to help," which feels incredibly heavy in context. We also see Gango wearing the same mask from episode 4. There's also a shot of the circus in complete black and white, which we see what appears to be time passing by really quickly. We also get another group shot with everyone standing together, with Jax in the center. Then it cuts to a shot where Pomni opens the door and says, "Jax." Which one of my questions is, what happened to Jax? Then, near the end of the trailer, we see a sky. Then we hear someone's voice saying, "Have you ever done something that you regret?" And finally, we get our very first look at Ribbit. And just like that, the trailer ends. Not long after the trailer dropped, a lot of frustration and discussion started building in the community. The main issue is that episode 9 is getting a theater release before it comes out on YouTube. While that sounds really exciting and good for Glitch, there's also a major downside to that. It's only happening in select countries like the United States. That means a huge portion of the global audience, like the UK, won't have access to theater showings at all for the movie. And understandably, that's upsetting. And on top of that, there is major concern about spoilers. Since it will be shown in theaters about 2 weeks before it will be shown on YouTube, people who attend are obviously going to share spoilers online. For fans who can't attend the theater, avoiding these spoilers for 2 weeks is going to be very difficult. That's what's really fueling the frustration right now. It's not just about missing the theater experience, it's about having a major episode potentially spoiled before they even get the chance to see it. Hopefully, Glitch finds a way to address these concerns, or makes the release more accessible, but as of right now, the situation is still unfolding, and fans definitely are feeling the impact. So yeah, let me know what you think about the trailer, and how you feel about the theater situation. But anyways, that will be all for today's video. If you guys enjoyed watching, make sure to drop a like, or maybe even subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video.